Voilà, on est donc dans le gymnase, grand silence. C'est pour ça que je parle très doucement. Là, vous m'entendez toujours?
On vous entend toujours, Lise. On oserait troubler ce silence. On écoute religieusement. Ce silence, d'ailleurs.
Non, ça va pas tarder. Ça va pas tarder. Le président va arriver. Les discours vont commencer.
Alors voilà, si vous nous écoutez exclusivement sur la radio, sachez que le président va bientôt arriver dans le gymnase.
Avec l'ambassadrice d'Israël, vous allez regarder, que vous reconnaissez avec sa veste rose, le président de l'État d'Israël, à Ganenou.
Voilà. Le président israélien accompagné de l'ambassadrice d'Israël en Belgique, Edith Rosenzweig Abou, dans le gymnase de l'Athénée Ganenou, sous un tonnerre d'applaudissements. Benjamin Ariel, président de l'Athénée Ganenou, que vous connaissez bien également.
Voilà, le président Herzog qui va commencer son discours. On écoute en direct.
Et on écoute Yitzhak Herzog en direct de l'Athénée Ganenou.
Monsieur le président de l'État d'Israël, Isaac Herzog. Nous sommes très honorés de votre présence parmi nous à l'Athénée Ganenou. Et nos élèves sont ravis de pouvoir vous entendre. Nous avons également l'honneur d'accueillir Madame l'ambassadeur Edith Rosenzweig Abou, ainsi que Monsieur Freddy Goldberg, président d'honneur du bureau organisateur de l'Athénée. Et je souhaite maintenant à Monsieur Benjamin Ariel, président exécutif du bureau organisateur de l'Athénée.
Mr. the President of the State of Israel, Your Excellency, the Ambassador of Israel in Belgium,
On entend Benjamin Ariel, président de l'Athénée Ganenou, qui s'adresse en anglais au président israélien.
Fellow trustees, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, dedicated staff, dear students. It is an honor of a lifetime to welcome the President of the State of Israel, Isaac Herzog, to our school, Ganenou Ganenou. For over 40 years, our school has been dedicated to the education of Belgian Jewish leaders across many generations. We are humbled and thrilled to have the President visit our school and meet with our students, which is the testament of the outstanding dedication and commitment to Jewish values we provide. I would like to take a moment to recognize the hard work and dedication of our marvelous faculty, caring staff, and bright students who have made this day possible. Their commitment to learning and growth is an inspiration to us all. Over the past 50 years, our school has adapted to the changing needs of the Jewish community in Brussels. While some may be more observant and others more traditional, it is not always possible to satisfy everyone. Nonetheless, we have always remained steadfast in our support for science's values and the state of Israel. Whatever the political discussion may be, we will always support and defend the state of Israel as much as we can do. Every year, we send more than 80 students to Israel, whether they are at the crucial age of their mitzvah or ready to leave the school at 18 during the March Olympics. We offer them the opportunity to discover our country and to embrace its diversity and its history. As the chair of the board of trustees, I am proud to say that our school is a leader in Jewish education. We are committed to providing our students with a strong Jewish identity, a love of learning, and the skills and knowledge to succeed in the building of a better world. We are grateful for the president's visit, and we hope that it will inspire our students to continue to strive for excellence and hold that in. We also hope that it will serve to reminder of the importance of our shared heritage and the responsibility we have to pass it on the future generation. Baruch Abba Anasi Herzog.
Alors très très beau discours de Benjamin Ariel à l'adresse du président israélien.
On the one hand, Israel as a member of the family of nations, meeting other nations, and on the other hand, Israel as the nation state of the Jewish people, where I come to my brothers and sisters to direct time, and I visit them in this incredible place of learning. Around 50 years ago, I entered the Jewish school in another community in the United States, and it has left a huge mark on my life. And I know how much this school, Ganenou, is making a mark on your life. But I can tell you, even if you don't know right now, you will see it in the future. This is a place of learning which gives you unique qualities of life. On the one hand, excellence in study.
Le président israélien qui s'exprime, qui est ravi de se trouver à l'Athénée Ganenou et à Bruxelles.
Most importantly, tomorrow I will speak in the European Parliament to mark the International Holocaust Memorial Day, Yom HaShoah, which is a unique symbol to be Emmanuel. Imagine that 80 years ago, Jews here did not know if they would survive this day. They will be transported to Auschwitz. They will end their life and lose their dear ones and loved ones. Could they imagine that 8 years down the road, the president of the Jewish state, president of the state of Israel, strong, independent, proud, to come here to speak in the European Parliament, to commemorate the memory of those who perished in the Holocaust, and speak about the lessons of hatred and anti-Semitism and how to do. This is what brings me here. And as part of that, I must say that it is a unique thing. It's a unique opportunity for young people like yourselves to think big on how to impact the world and how to make it a better place where it is under peril in so many challenges on the one hand, and yet one can see so many differences on the other. I come from a country which one can say will reach about 10 million people in the very near future, with 20% more Jewish minority, Muslims of all denominations, Christians of all denominations, Jews and Cherkessians, all equal citizens of the state of Israel, bring a challenge of the majority and the nation itself, both majority and minority, as to what is the nature of a nation state of the Jewish people, which is fully democratic and Jewish. It never ends, this debate, and it is a debate that has transpired also for the last election. And my main aim, of course, is to make sure nobody doubts the two main pillars that Israel is a Jewish and democratic state, on the one hand, and to keep the unity of our people on the other hand. As we are a unique oasis in the Middle East, as we are an example of how we've turned the progressive globe, and how we are at the forefront and cutting edge of science, technology, agriculture, culture, and so many other fields that impact our life. There's so much pride in so many ways. And this, after being challenged day in day out, my enemies want to undermine our real right to exist, to keep a safe haven for Jews wherever they are. But you are our brothers and sisters, and you are always welcome in the state of Israel. And you are always welcome also to assume leadership roles, whether you are in Israel or whether you are in any Jewish community around the world. And our aim is that every one of you will be able to practice his or her Judaism. There is no threats or any setbacks. And more importantly, I'm extremely proud to be here in a school that enables each and every one of you to practice his or her Judaism according to how they were brought up or how they want to practice. So I bring a message of blessing, congratulations, shalom, bracha to all of you, and I sincerely hope that you will grow from strength to strength. I want to thank the incredible faculty of this school, teachers and the staff, the management, and the board of trustees, and of course, to say thanks to the headmaster and studying, giving this school is such a beautiful. Now to all of you, inshallah.
Tonnerre d'applaudissements après le discours du président israélien Yitzhak Herzog, un discours prononcé en anglais, évidemment. Et voilà, nous sommes toujours en direct de l'Athénée Ganenou.
My question is, in your opinion, what is the most important thing for a Jewish school in diaspora to teach its students?
It's a beautiful question because I'm extremely interested in Jewish education and Jewish communities abroad. It's not easy to lead a school in Jewish communities. I'm trying to explain also in Israel how Israel, the government of Israel, should continue supporting Jewish education abroad. Because, of course, it's expensive, we need to have security, we need to have the best education system possible. And that is why holding such a school for so many years is a great achievement. And in my mind, the most important thing to educate about young Jews is to think how we keep our nation strong and successful, the Jewish nation, in future generations. And this, by doing this, doing two things, keeping Jewish identity and the link to the state of Israel. The issue is that we are a small nation of 15 million human beings. There are 15 million Jews in the world. We have seen so many fields and has a real manifest destiny of having its own nation state in the ancient homeland, which, as you know, was given to us by Almighty as we read in the Bible. This is the issue. And that is why when I tell you what Jewish schools should do is, first of all, to think big about what it is Jewish future, how to maintain a Jewish future in a world which is encompassed by social networks, by winds of change in human behavior, and by dilemmas of what is religion and what is faith and what is other values and responsibilities. So it is a complicated challenge for Jewish education, but I must say, you know, it's not here. And I see it in many other schools around the world. They're doing a terrific job. Thank you. תודה רבה.
שלום, קוראים לי שדריאל, אני בת 15, אני הולכת להדרת שלי בשנה הבאה, אני רוצה להיות מדריכה, שם.
איפה? בנוער הציוני, יופי של תנועה, תנועה נהדרת. כל הכבוד.
תודה.
אני מכבד את כל התנועות, אבל אני קורא גם...
So, how can we keep the link between the diaspora and the state of Israel?
First of all, by knowing more than what you just read on websites. Or knowing more than just reading on websites. Meaning, first of all, coming to Israel and having a really immersive experience, whereby you see and feel Israel for what it is really. A nation which is which has encompassed people who came from over 100 nationalities, who made Aliyah, who has fought and built an incredible place, which is a source of pride to the world. And that is one thing. And secondly, not to, let's say, please ask more and more questions when you hear or read about Israel. There's a lot of distorted information. There's one-sided information. There's a misunderstanding of the unique nature of our nation as a very multicultural society. I tell everybody, just come, walk the streets, and enjoy the greatest of nations. In Yerushalayim, in Tel Aviv, in Haifa, or elsewhere, in a kibbutz, in Moshav, or in any city or town around Israel. So please do that. Don't forget the teachers of Israel.
שלום, קוראים לי שירי גלגל, אני בת 17 ואני בכיתה י"ב. אני מדריכה בתנועת נוער אבלידור. בשנה הבאה אני רוצה ללמוד בשוויץ כדי להיות מהנדסת סביבה.
Okay.
So my question is, as a president of Israel, what is your role exactly in the Israeli society?
So before I answer that, we should know that one of my main pillars of policy was to establish the Israeli Climate Forum, which is the umbrella organization of all of the elements of dealing with the climate crisis. We are a small nation, so we are not the real threat to global warming, but we are a nation of solutions to global warming. We are one of the leaders in the world in solar energy and in developing so many new technologies that the whole world is coming to see, including, of course, food security, alternative food products. And please learn in Switzerland and then come to Israel and work on it. The president of Israel has a unique role. Because on the one hand, it's built on the model of kind of, I would say, head of state, which does not have executive responsibilities, somewhat similar to what we have in Belgium. But on the other hand, the president of Israel is also a president of the Jewish people in the world Jewry, in diaspora, and also an active player in balancing some of the situation within Israel. The president has two legal authorities, to pardon criminals and to appoint a member of the Knesset to form a government. He also has all sorts of other responsibilities. But the truth is, the power of the president is enormous. It's called soft power, called moral power. It runs really deep in the Jewish people for centuries, by the way, Anasi, and it runs really deep within Israeli society. It's a very impactful position on the unity of the Jewish people and the people of Israel. It's a very important position when it comes to attending to the needs of all groups of Israeli society. Like any other society, we have heated debates and a lot of pain, also a lot of hope and a lot of pride. I always said it, that, I've seen my father was the 6th president. And I always said that there is something in the psychology of the nation that wants a hug, that wants credit and a thank you and a gratitude for people who are doing so much good and also taking them high moral ground on many, many topics. In the current crisis which Israel is dealing with, I am going full steam ahead in trying to enable a dialogue within Israeli society and its leadership as to key legitimate questions which stem from a constitutional debate but go way beyond that on issues of the perception of values and others. So these are all very important roles that the president has. I'm very honored and happy to serve in this position, and I hope I'll do my people good.
שלום, קוראים לי אלקדיותי ואני בת 17. אני מדריכה בהשומר הצעיר.
כל התנועות מצוינות, באמת, אני מאוד אוהב אותה. כשהייתי יושב ראש הסוכנות פגשתי את כולם פה.
ובשנה שעברה אני נוסעת לספרד כדי ללמוד תקשורת.
באיזה אוניברסיטה?
IE University.
מעניין, למה?
ויש לי שאלה בשבילך. Would you consider yourself firstly Jewish or Israeli?
It's a beautiful question, by the way. And it's a question that we don't really have to answer clearly. I think in the embodiment of our souls and lives, we're both. You'll see it yourself when you go to university in Europe. We invite you afterwards to come to university in Israel. And I would say the following, when we landed, I was thinking to myself, my father was a British officer in World War II, the son of a rabbi who landed in Normandy and went all the way to liberate Belgium and Holland and all the way to Bergen-Belsen. And he wrote about his feelings. He came as a British officer. He was an ardent Zionist who came from a yeshiva in Israel after emigrating from Ireland to Israel, to Palestine. But when he entered the camps, he spoke in Yiddish to the survivors and said, I'm a Jewish officer, came from Eretz Israel. And by the way, some of them did not believe him. They thought these are Nazi tricks. They were all skeletons. And thereafter, my father fought in the War of Independence on the creation and liberation and establishment of the State of Israel. And I was born in Israel, and I'm an Israeli, a very proud Israeli, and I've always seen myself as Israeli, but the Jewish part in my identity is extremely strong. So I see myself as both, and I'm proud to be both, and I think it's interlinked and will never be separated in my soul or in my being. And the fact that I'm here, so moved to be here, is because I'm here as the president of the State of Israel and as a proud Israeli. But of course, I come to a Jewish school because I'm Jewish. So I hope you will both enjoy both worlds together and never have to debate what are you exactly. Thank you for the beautiful questions. And I speak to many students in many schools around the country, in Israel, everywhere I go, and they ask incredible questions. And I think that the fact is that there's this future with a beautiful young generation who will take the lead. And I call upon all of you to take leadership roles in your communities, in your organizations, anywhere you are. We need to build the future of the Jewish people. Thank you.
Je coupe.
Herzog, des questions auxquelles il a répondu avec beaucoup d'intérêt et beaucoup d'attention, en rappelant la fonction de président, une fonction pour laquelle il est très fier d'occuper finalement, en rappelant évidemment que son papa aussi a été 6e président de l'État d'Israël. Herzog a rappelé qu'être président d'Israël, ce n'est pas seulement être le président d'un pays, mais c'est aussi être président du peuple juif, c'est-à-dire donc également de la communauté juive, où qu'elle soit. Une fonction qui est quand même relativement importante et pas juste symbolique, hein, qui a vocation à parler de constitution, de toutes ces choses de la plus haute importance finalement que remplit donc un président. Alors nous avons quelques petits problèmes pas de son mais d'image. On espère que ça se rétablira très bientôt. C'est pour ça que vous voyez le générique de Radio JDK si vous suivez en Facebook Live. Voilà, on entend pour notre part des applaudissements. On espère que vous les entendez aussi bien que nous. Voilà, une allocution très très intéressante et très importante de la part du président Herzog. Et n'oubliez pas que nous continuerons à couvrir la journée finalement du président israélien sur les ondes de Radio Judaïka, également sur le Facebook Live. Tonnerre d'applaudissements. On est curieux de savoir ce qui se passe. Malheureusement, on n'a toujours pas retrouvé l'image. Alors, après ces applaudissements, nous apprenons que le président Herzog s'en va. Voilà, sous un tonnerre, une salve d'applaudissements. Ah, on a retrouvé l'image et Blaise Van der Linden qui est en Skype. Voilà. On est toujours dans le gymnase, si vous nous regardez sur le Facebook Live. Les gens sortent petit à petit du gymnase. Voilà, on imagine que la visite du président Herzog à l'Athénée Ganenou vous a plu. On a été ravis en tout cas de couvrir cet événement pour vous et avec vous. Et voilà, on se retrouve dans très très peu de temps pour de prochains lives évidemment. Parce que voilà, comme on l'a dit plusieurs fois, eh bien, nous allons suivre le président toute la journée. Lise Benkemoun et Blaise van der Linden sont sur le terrain. Nous sommes ici en studio pour vous informer au mieux, pour que vous soyez le plus au fait de l'information et de l'actualité. Voilà, nous étions vraiment, en tout cas, très très contents de vous informer à ce sujet. Alors voilà, si vous n'avez pas eu l'occasion de nous suivre sur le Facebook Live, eh bien, sachez en tout cas que le président israélien Yitzhak Herzog est arrivé à l'Athénée Ganenou aux alentours de midi. Il s'est avancé devant les enfants tous vêtus de blanc, agitant frénétiquement des drapeaux israéliens. Ils ont chanté pour le président. Ont offert un présent à Yitzhak Herzog et après quelques photos, eh bien, le président s'est dirigé vers le gymnase de l'Athénée Ganenou où nous avions retrouvé Lise Benkemoun qui nous expliquait que dans ce gymnase étaient assis les élèves de l'école secondaire de l'Athénée Ganenou. Le président Yitzhak Herzog est montré sur l'estrade. Il a été reçu par le président de l'Athénée Ganenou, Benjamin Ariel, qui l'a accueilli. Finalement, il y avait également la présence de l'ambassadrice d'Israël en Belgique, Edith Rosenzweig Abou. Et ensuite, le président a prononcé un discours vraiment émouvant, un discours important, un discours qui rappelle l'État d'Israël, le droit d'Israël à exister, mais également la lutte contre l'antisémitisme, plus présent que jamais dans la société actuelle. On en a parlé sur nos ondes avec le rapport de l'Organisation sioniste mondiale, un rapport pour l'année 2022. Antisémitisme, toujours très très présent et prégnant, malheureusement, en Europe, partout dans le monde. Le président israélien a ensuite répondu aux questions des élèves de l'Athénée Ganenou, plusieurs personnes qui lui posaient des questions sur la raison d'être d'un président finalement, le rôle du président, des questions auxquelles le président israélien a répondu avec plaisir, comme vous avez pu l'entendre ou le voir si vous nous suiviez sur Facebook. Eh bien, voilà, il est midi et 44 minutes. Nous allons interrompre cette édition spéciale pour mieux nous retrouver tout à l'heure et nous serons à ce moment-là en direct de la grande synagogue de Bruxelles. Toujours est-il que je vous laisse avec un peu de musique et je vous dis à tout à l'heure.